Hey everybody, this is Mick, and I'm going to be telling you guys couple stories from my internship when I was an intern with the security police at St. John Hospital in Detroit. The reason I'm telling these is Jim Howard, as some of you know him from the Show Me blog. He was a security guard for 30 years. My internship, I only did 5 weeks, which was the max we could do for my internship through my school. And since I was studying law enforcement through my high school, I was at a career tech center in Detroit called Golightly. It's on the corner of Jefferson and Dickerson. My teacher there was a retired Wayne County Sheriff's corporal. He was a retired corporal from the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. The stories that I have are nothing really like what Jim has. Jim has a few better ones than I have, and some a bit more depressing. My experience in the 5 weeks I was there was interesting, to say the least. My first day there, was kind of uneventful at first. Normally I was supposed to be there from like 12:30 to 3, and then I would leave and go home for the day. They'd give me a manual, like a little book that said, welcome to St. John Security Police. It's basically just the rules and regulations that they have for the department. I wasn't issued anything like a badge, like this. This is just some little thing I got. It's a security enforcement officer. I wasn't issued a gun, handcuffs, anything. I was just had my black coat on, my white shirt, my black tie, and black pants, and black shoes. And I was assigned to an officer. We were assigned to our post, which is basically, we'd be either in one of the cars they use, or we'd be walking around the building, the hospital itself, doing anything they needed, where the call would come over the radio. Example would be, we'd hear on the radio, post 14, or control to post 14, meet such and such or so and so at wherever. The first call I actually went on, which was probably the most interesting one I won't forget, is my first day there, because usually you don't forget your first day. Me and one guard, we had to, just not too far from the hospital, we had to go to the, was a report of a flat, somebody had a flat tire and she needed some help, but we weren't able to change it. There's some insurance policy. We got hurt, they wouldn't cover us. And we were at the senior, I don't know what they do at this place, I just know it's some senior complex. It's like a hospital for the elderly, or something like that. I can't remember what they do. So we were pretty much in the parking lot waiting for her. She finally arrives. We told her, there was nothing we could do. I offered to help, but he said, that the policy doesn't cover me either, being an intern. And so what happened was that we had a call for on the radio, came over as a gentleman causing a disturbance in our cafeteria. And the old cafeteria used to be on the first floor, right near some elevators. And so they were asking for security down there. So they sent one officer down, and then they said they were going to need a few more guys. And we were only a few blocks, so we were still in the car when it happened. So we drove down there. Went in. We went into, I think, the main entrance. They're going to be getting rid of that soon, I know. There's three entrances. There's one on the right side, one on the left, and one in the middle of the hospital. And so we went in through there, and we were rounding the corner, coming in. I'm trying to remember if we came in through this. I think if I recall, we came in. It's been a while. Yeah, we came in through the main. There used to be where the old gift shop used to be. So we rounded that corner, and we came upon the guy. I'm kind of taking a while on this, but so we come around the corner, and there's a bunch of guys. We got a couple of the officers. I wouldn't say there's all guys. We had a couple girls. One still, a couple ladies there. I know one of them's now, she's actually a police officer in a town not too far. She and her husband, her husband's a firefighter, nice guy. I've never met him, but I heard he's a nice guy. Basically, we come around the corner, and they've pretty much got this guy under control, and there was me, everyone else, all the guards. We were basically telling this guy, to leave the hospital, it can't be causing trouble like this. Another story that we had was, I've got about almost 4 minutes or 5 minutes left on this. Another call out I won't forget is this happened at our metal detector. We had a guy who him and his wife came in. I won't forget this, because when you hear somebody say something like this, you don't forget it. This guy, him and his wife, they were coming in to see somebody, I guess, or I think it was, I don't remember who they were coming to see, but the usual routine is, like, when they come through the metal detector, we also have a little X-ray conveyor belt thing, like what they have in the airport, but it's a smaller version of that. And so, and the usual thing is, hi, sir or ma'am, can you please place any metallic items you have, keys, loose change, gum wrappers, cigarette packs, lighters, anything that's, metal that's going to set the alarm off. And so they said, so they pretty much put everything in. They took their pockets. The lady put her purse on the conveyor belt. And the lady looked over at him and said, I think it's her husband or boyfriend. He said, did you take everything? He said, oh, I forgot to leave my gun in the car. And at that point, I mean, even though, like I said, I wasn't armed, my hand went straight to my hip because I had my coat on. Because, I wanted, I don't know why I put my hand to my hip like that. I had my cell phone and my pager on, I went up like, I was reaching for, like if I had because all the guards were armed, I wasn't. I just wanted, to make this guy feel, I guess, that, kind of put him in a state of mind saying, hey, we're armed, I wasn't, but everyone else was, and if this guy did have a gun, there would be a problem. So this guy, one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Tom, he's retired now. He asked him, one of the guys asked him, he said, sir, do you actually have a gun on you? And he said, no, I don't, I was just kidding. And this had come a couple days after we had an ER shooting in our ER, actually. It wasn't in the ER itself, it was like on the, right as you come up into the metal detector. This guy, this is another story that I won't forget. My dad was there when this happened, but he wasn't in ER, he was at the old ER pharmacy. And what happened was a gentleman who was apparently being admitted to the psychiatric floor that we have there, this gentleman had apparently before they took him, I guess he owned a gun or something. He hid it in his waistband or something. I don't know where he had the gun. I think it was in his waistband or something. So him, his brother-in-law, and I think his sister or somebody was bringing him into the ER. And so he reached in, he pulls his gun, and he shoots his brother. Two of the officers I know real well. I mean, very nice guys. They came, drew their weapons, and fired and shot the suspect who drew the weapon and fired. My dad was, and normally, you don't ever see, like, the guards in our hospital ever run, unless it's, a dire emergency where they have to run. My dad was getting something from the pharmacy. I don't remember what he was picking up. I think some, like, allergy meds for me or something. So he sees all the guards that, because my dad, I had told him about it, he had met a few of them. He sees them, running, hands around their guns. They're running into the ER. Pretty much everybody's running. And my dad had no clue, and I don't know, I guess he found out from somebody else that there had been a shooting, I guess, so my dad came home, he told me, hey, did you hear what happened? And I said, no, and I thought I'd missed, there was some big fire, somebody came into the ER that was, like something bad had happened, and I didn't know what. And he said, well, there's a shooting in the ER, and I immediately, I ran to my phone, and I had the security control center on speed dial in case, something would happen to me, and I would need to call them up and say, I'm not coming in today. So I called them up, and one of the girls answered, and I said, hey, I heard what happened, is everyone all right? And they said, yeah, we're fine. I'm going to continue this, the more stories on the next blog. So this is Nick saying, to everybody in the security field, police field, and any emergency services field, stay safe. Have a good one. Jim, thanks again.